It's called the Wheel of Life. It's called the Wheel of Life. Now, this is a tool and a framework that um, a lot of coaches use to help people do personal introspection. Okay, so there are different facets of our lives, and that we should always consider looking at to weigh whether or not we are really making progress in life from a holistic perspective. Because there are times where, when you look at how you've been living your life, you will notice that either your career has taken over, or your business has taken over, or your health has taken over, or family commitments have taken over. So there is this framework, is called the Wheel of Life, that coaches such as myself use each and every time when we have clients, just so that we help them have a departure point that they can really weigh themselves and see where they are currently in life. Because it so does happen that someone can come in and say, my business is not doing well. I may, you said you're a Christian business coach, help me take my business to the next level. But in reality, as a coach, when you start with this tool, you discover that um, a client sometimes does not have a problem with their business in actual sense. What they have a problem with is probably financial literacy. Sometimes it could be issues of health. Sometimes it could be physical fitness issues. Sometimes it just could be that they don't have creative flow. They don't have time to play, to unwind, to rest. They don't observe the Sabbath. And so the people are just so burnt out that they don't bring anything into the business. They don't bring energy, they don't bring oomph, they don't bring focus, they don't bring strength into their businesses. So it's really, really critical that when you start this journey of entrepreneurship, you have to ensure that before you set financial targets, before you set business targets, before you set sales targets, it's very, very critical that you pause first and make a personal audit of where your life is. Because it's very clear, I mean, all of us have experienced it um, throughout our lives, from primary school to where we may be in education, that it could be something that's happening in your social life that affects your performance at school. It could be something that's happening in the family that affects your performance altogether. So it's absolutely critical that we start here. So I'm just going to show you how it works, and let me know in Messenger if you'd like me to send you the tool. I'm more than happy to send you this tool, right? So this is called the Wheel of Life. Let me just show you a picture of how it would look like when you fill it in. So you weigh yourself from a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being I'm doing very, very well, and 1 being, oh no, things are not going well. So as you can see, the prototype here, an example of what a filled up wheel of life would look like, right? This person, clearly spirituality, they're doing very well. Their health, they're doing very, very well. Their significant other, their love relationship, they are doing very, very well. Their physical environment as well and community is not so bad. But they are really in the red with terms of their career, their finances, family not so good, forget fun and friends. They are not doing well in terms of their social or their community, in terms of social um, network that they have. So I would like you to also take time all by yourself to use the same framework. Like I mentioned, if you'd like me to send you a template, a free one, please text me on Messenger, and I'll make sure that I give it to you so that you can do a personal audit. You know, most of the time, as coaches, we come here online and we share a message, try to inspire you to get more clients for your business. We try to inspire you to live a healthy life, a healthy, focused life. But the truth of the matter is, We can get swayed, for example, by just the message of getting fit, or get swayed by the message of start your business, or getting swayed by the message of get more friends, get more followers, get more people following you on YouTube. But I believe that it's imperative that as we go on with our lives, we should pause and ask ourselves, but holistically, when I'm looking at the different aspects of my life, where exactly am I? Because you might be surprised to realize that there's an aspect that you deprioritized. And that is actually the reason why all the other places which you feel are a priority in terms of where you place your efforts for opportunities to grow, that this part that you have deprioritized is actually the poison that's making all the other ones ail. So just have a look at the slide. This is going to be a very short live. Look at the slide. Okay, let me just enter screen again. Look at this slide. I want you to just take time and just think about where you are in your life in terms of wellness. Is it probably your physical health and fitness? How do you know if your physical health and fitness are on track? Is check, can you run for a kilometer? Can you kneel down and get something from under your bed without screaming? You know, that your knees or your back. Can you jog for 1 minute and not feel like you're about to spit your heart out? You know, where's your physical health? Better even go to your whole blood panel examination from the doctor and see where your cholesterol levels are. It's your metabolism on point. How is your body processing sugar? And all of that. Check your personal physical health and fitness. Once you can check that as well as audit that, you might be surprised to know that, oh, I'm actually not doing well in my business because I don't have energy. My body's probably not metabolizing the calories that I'm taking in. I'm always weak. Am I anemic? Am I diabetic? So that people that I know that are struggling in business, and it's really, really an issue of their physical health. They don't have the stamina. They don't have the energy. They spend one day waking the whole night, and then for 2 weeks they're just not feeling well, they're sick. So people that get migraines easily because maybe you have a lot of inflammation in your body because you eat foods that cause inflammation. It could be that you eat a lot of starch and you feel sleepy all the time at work because you're spiking your insulin levels and they come down crashing. You know, so your physical health can affect your fitness. Your physical health can affect your fitness, and by extension it can affect the energy that you are able to put into your business. So when someone's coming in and saying, Coach Ami, please help me take my business to the next level, we just have to do this audit. We have to do this audit because sometimes you're not doing well because of an aspect of your life that's not receiving the attention that it actually requires, or it could be an issue of mental health and emotional health. Now, this is another thing that I'm more than happy to share because I believe all of us can really benefit from it. Like 2, 3 years ago, I had a client who was struggling to sell. You know, like when you have a product, let's say you're selling this headphones and you have a product, you need to have the confidence to step up to people and maybe let's say 10 times a day, you meet 10 people, you tell them about your product, but they'll get paralyzed. Like they'll meet someone, they want to speak, they just shut down, they can't. And after those many attempts of trying to sell, they feel sad, they feel down, they feel discouraged, they cry a lot, they get panic attacks. And it turned out that they had trauma around public speaking, they had trauma around speaking up, and communication was such a hassle for them because at some point somewhere in their lives at school they were humiliated for speaking up front, maybe for stammering or not spelling or not pronouncing certain words in the most elegant of all fashions. And so for them to speak to someone, it's almost like subconsciously their brain just telling them it's not safe, you're going to be humiliated, you're going to be embarrassed, and then they run, they don't go for it, their body just shuts down to a point where they're like, I don't even know why. Because that's how trauma is. You know, trauma has a way of programming your system to react or to behave in a particular way, which ordinarily in your normal senses and consciously. You don't even see that you're doing something or you're reacting to stuff in a particular way. So sometimes in business, we don't do well because there are some mental and health problems. Suppose you're someone who's sensitive, you get angry easily, you get sad easily, you get excited easily, you get discouraged easily. That will affect your business without a doubt. For example, someone who's very strong emotionally, they can go out there and sell. 100 people tell them no, they learn, they iterate, they improve their product, they come back, they go at it again. But sometimes when your emotional and mental health are not in the healthiest of all places, you are second guessing yourself, you are afraid of people, just nobody, those same people, they've never beat you, they've never done anything to you, but you're just afraid of them. I think it's about time that us as entrepreneurs, we should interrogate where we are in terms of our mental and emotional health, because this is the thing that could make you really feel so paralyzed in your enterprise. And the other part of your wellness is really your spiritual and personal growth. This is what I strongly believe, that if your spirit is not sharp, you cannot do business. Because I believe with God on our side, with the Holy Spirit full inside of us, helping us, being our standby, being our counselor, being our helper, there are days in our business where we have questions that we cannot answer, where we need ideas, where we need to solve certain circumstances. But with the Holy Spirit on our side, after developing that type of a relationship with the Holy Spirit, that you and him are one, the Holy Spirit becomes your best friend. You commune with him very often. You realize that even in business, things become better for you, because even when someone laughs at you, when a hater laughs at you, when people don't even read your comments, don't check out your email, and you feel discouraged, there's that internal person of the Godhead, who's the Holy Spirit, who tells you, keep going. You're on the right track. Keep moving. Everything will be fine. This is just a learning curve. Keep going. Keep going. You need that internal cheerleader. That's why sometimes I call the Holy Spirit, because those nights and those days when I second guess myself and I'm not too sure whether I'm on the right track because I'm not getting the results I want, he's the one who comes to encourage me and say, I may go live tomorrow. Just keep going. So you'd realize that we need to sort out this issue of wellness. It's possible that you're not doing well in enterprise. You've been planning for a long time that you'll launch your business, you'll start selling, you'll start making money. But years have gone by. We're already in August. You've had New Year resolutions, and you just don't know why you can't get anything done. This could be the time that you should sit and really introspect. Use this tool and really ask yourself, am I physically healthy? Ask yourself, am I mentally and emotionally strong? Or just one person texting me on Facebook and say, you are so boring. Is it something that can cripple you and you close down your business and you forget the prophetic words that God has spoken over your life? You forget the prayers you've made, you forget the seeds you've sown, you forget the conviction that you had about the business idea that God has given you. Where is your emotional health? Or it could be your spiritual and personal growth. Like, are you at that point where you can say, the Spirit of the Lord is upon me because he has, called me, he has caused me to want to preach the gospel? Like, do you feel like you're that kind of a person who's empowered by the power of the Holy Spirit, who's empowered by God, who's empowered by this vast supernatural power of the Godhead, who's the Holy Spirit that lives inside of you? It's important that we should do all these personal audits before we put more money into Facebook ads, before we buy another ad, before we employ another person, before we push to get another business loan, before we ask for that increase in the business credit card to do more purchases. We ought to sit down and ask ourselves, are we really healthy? Body, spirit, and soul. Body is your physical health. Soul is your mental and emotional faculty, right? And then your spirit is your spirit and your personal growth. Are you really growing, in that direction? I hope this life today really blesses you. Maybe you've been praying and really asking God, why am I not doing well in business? It could be that you're not well. You're not well in your health. You're not well in your mental health. You're not well, maybe even spiritually. You've been cut off from the Holy Spirit, from God for so long that this assignment, which is your business idea that God has given you, possibly you can't work on something that is divine and spiritual without the energy of the divine that is spiritual working through you and working in you. The Holy Spirit revitalizing your body, the Holy Spirit igniting you. The strategist, the great counselor. Counselors are like the strategist. It's the one who shows us the strategies, the plans, and the tactics for our enterprises. Okay. And then the other aspect, I'm just gonna go backwards to that orange facet, is that at times we're not doing well in our businesses. Pardon me for that. We're not doing well in our businesses because we lack that financial abundance or financial knowledge. For example, if you're someone who's saying, okay, my business is very young, this is sort of a side hustle type of a thing, and you don't have an income, as in you don't have money that is covering your basic needs or your living costs, you don't have an income, that could affect your business in the sense that now the money you are making from your business is going into covering rent, it's going into covering family expenses. Instead of having that, your income, let's say from work or for whatnot, it covers your expenses while you are side hustling your business and growing it to a point where it can give you the salary that you are getting at work, and then you can pivot and maybe make your business a full-time job. Gone are the days where people quit their jobs and go into business and use the money that you are making that day from sales to actually meet your. That's not wise. You need to give your side hustle, your enterprise, your small medium, your kiosk, whatever it is that you need to give it an opportunity to grow. The same way we don't give our children from the time they are born expenses, pay for this, pay for rent, do that. No, we let them grow, go through primary school, through senior school to college until they get jobs, for them to get a piece of responsibility in the home, right? Please, it's the same thing. Sometimes your business is not doing well because you don't have income that's covering your expenses. When your business is young, okay, do not, this is my advice, okay, this is my strong advice. Don't quit your job to focus on your business until your business is at an age or is at a stage where it can pay you the amount of money that your salary is currently giving you. Unless if you don't have expenses, maybe you move in to go stay with your parents, you don't have dependents, all your costs are covered for, then possibly you can go in full force. But if not, trust me, survival instinct will kick in. You will sell the equipment for your business just so that you have food to eat. Because unfortunately, that's how the survival gene has had all of us wired. All right. I'm gonna be finishing this live soon. I think I'm gonna come back again. If you like me to continue in the other facets, I'm more than happy to do so. And then this is another aspect under financial abundance that affects the way or your potential in growing your enterprise. It's just the issue of financial management. It doesn't really come easy to actually become that kind of person who just says business transaction to the business account, personal transaction to the personal account, and you keep it that way. You keep that rhythm, you keep that discipline going. But without that sort of discipline, it becomes very difficult. Sometimes you might think your business is not making money. Why? Because you have mixed everything up. There was a time I was working with a certain society community that would bring different entrepreneurs together so that we can help them. And it turned out that most of them had really, really profitable, good cash flow, but the money management skill was just not there. Money would come into the business bank account and they will treat it like it's their own money. Where the business income, that cash flow, that money that's coming in from selling. Someone comes in, a friend, you help a friend with business money, you don't, and then month end, you can't pay people, you can't buy stock. That financial management aspect is quite critical. And then this is a very interesting concept that I'm still learning about, but I think I have enough information to talk about it now, is the aspect of financial freedom and peace. I've since discovered that there are people on God's green earth that are financially independent, that have got financial freedom. What does financial freedom mean? Financial freedom means that you have enough money, whether it's in your investment or in your bank account or in your savings or whatever, you have enough money to live and cover all your expenses, your children's expenses. You can even leave an inheritance for your children's children. Since discover that people that have got financial freedom, as in if they decide today they don't want to work, their life won't come crumbling down. In fact, some of them say that they don't need to make money, they don't need to earn money anymore because they are sorted out for life. There are people like that, there are people like that, they exist. We know some of them. But sometimes I believe, especially when you want your business to grow to a particular and you want to now expand continentally, nationally, internationally, it would be sweet as well to have a personal goal of becoming financially independent before you expand, so that should anything happen, as in business, saying anything might happen, covering ourselves, considering risks, and making alternative pivoting ideas, alternative strategies. For us, it's not being pessimistic, it's just a journey in business. You'll remember in the book of Ecclesiastes says that cast your bread upon seven waters because you don't know which one will return, right? We don't know where you'll make profit. So have at least seven investments that are going up just to be safe. So the Bible is even teaching us and cautioning us that it happens that when you're investing, when you're putting money out, when you're casting your bread, do it in many waters. Do it in such a way that you are safe, because being safe financially is also important. Let me know if you like this type of let me know if you like this type of videos. I'm more than happy to make more where I bring more concepts, coaching concepts, right? That I would ordinarily use for my clients when they have sessions, on some of coaching workshops. If you'd like me to bring some of these tools and teach you here briefly, obviously when you do it one-on-one with me, it's more intensive. We could spend 2 to 3 hours just working on this framework alone. But I thought I should come online and just show you some of the tools that I use. Some of the tools that most coaches use is this wheel of life. It's important to look at your life from multiple perspectives and understand that it could be you need to audit your friends, you need to audit your community, you need to audit your financial literacy levels, you need to audit your health, you need to audit your spiritual growth, because all of these things, they might seem isolated, but they could be one or two or three or four, all of them could be the reason why, no matter what a robust strategy we could come up with for you, you could still not do well. So it's absolutely critical that we do that. So let me hop off. Until next time, thank you so much for hopping online with me. Bye bye.